Hi everyone, this is Natalie Licini. I'm excited to show you how I create a beautiful 10 by 10 album that documents a beautiful little girl's first year, including her newborn, 6-month, and her 1-year session. Now, when we had finished our client's third viewing appointment, she selected this gorgeous Genova traditional album by Album Epica. And I wanted to show you some of the options and talk to you a little bit about the quality. This is one of my favorite albums by Album Epica. What I love about it is that it's a beautiful leather and eco leather option. We have the blue in leather, and then we have another 7 colors in eco leather for those of you that want something non-leather. My client today picked the Geneva 6, which is a silver eco leather. It's very beautiful for a first year album and timeless. So I'm going to jump right in, and I want to start designing this album for you. But actually, you know what? Let me hit a pause button. What I've done, because Album Epica offers so many beautiful albums, I keep their brochure in Dropbox for my clients to look through. But since they have so many beautiful options, I pre-select my favorite covers. That way I can bring more attention to what I personally love. And you'll see, let me make this larger. You'll see that I picked a few that are eco leather, a few that are leather, some that have photo cover. So I have great variety, and these are selected because of the range of colors. And as a portrait photographer, my clients want a range of colors. So some of these albums really stand out the most as my favorites that I offer to my clients. So I highlight them in a favorite covers folder. And as you'll see here, Genova is one of the ones I had recommended, and my client did go ahead and select this. Okay, so I want to show you how easy it is to design an album and upload it from start to finish. And you'll see when I design this that it's going to take me about 10 minutes to design the whole album. Now, I use Pixaloo Smart Album software. They are brilliant. I can efficiently order my designs, my albums from Album Epica in such a short time, and I want to walk you through from start to finish. So we here can pick our album company. You'll see there's a drop down. Since I'm in the US, I'm picking Album Epica-US. I am going to be designing a 10 by 10 first year album, and we're going to hit next. We have 3 template options that can filter through. I'm going to pick all templates for this album, and my spread background color is white. So we'll hit start. Now, Smart Album software is loading, and I am going to drag and drop the images right into the software, and you'll see just how easy it is to design. So let's hear. I am going to go into my Finder right here. And what I've done over her 1 year is I started saving all of her favorite images. So with each photo shoot, my client will order prints, or they will save images that they will later include in their album. So I'm going to drag and drop all of these. Now you'll see here something called an extras folder. When I looked over some of her favorite photos, there were 2 photos that I really loved, and I know she did as well. I wouldn't include in a photo that my client didn't love. So as a little bonus, I did include 2 extra images. Okay, great. Now let's look at this. Here we are in Smart Albums. You'll see here's our timeline where we can go through and design very easily, and here's all of our images. When I design an album that's a family or newborn album, I like to start with one of my favorite images. So let me start right here. Okay. So I'm going to move my up and down keys just to consider different formats. Now, When I design an album, I really like to write and include the baby's name on this little section right here. So I'm going to select this template because it really does work best for my design that I know that I love. Now there's many ways to design an album. This is just one way that I like to design. So we'll begin by dragging and dropping a few more images onto the timeline. And using the up and down arrow keys, you can change the placement. Now, I happen to have a design style, and you'll see this repeating consistently through my design. You know what? I'm going to include some family photos. You'll see below we have a few family photos. I'm going to put all of the black and white family photos together and all of the color. Okay, now let's look over and see, do we really love the design? Now I'm using my right arrow and left arrow key to go back and forth. I am going to now look at the black and white spread, and I'm going to move it around just a little bit. Now, let's see. I really want to highlight the family photo. There we go. Awesome. That was easy. Perfect. Now let's go and hit the right arrow key, and I want to look at all of these photos with the big sister and with the dad. And I'm going to play around with designs until I find something that I love. Okay, this is definitely it. It's absolutely precious. Big sister Grace is kissing Lily, and I love it. Okay, so let's keep going. I want to bring in 2 more images from the newborn session. And you know what? I'm going to scroll back, considering a layout change. You know what? I'm going to split these in 2. These are both really beautiful photos. So I want to split them in 2. So I'm going to bring this image over. So I'm basically just hovering over and I'm moving it. Good. Okay. So I really love to showcase the images as big as possible. When I design an album, I design the album like it's my own child's album or my family's album. So I really put a lot of care and thought into image configuration and placement. Great. Now, Lily has come in for her second session with us when she turned 6 months. And consistent with the first layout that I designed, I like to leave a little room on the left side to add her name and 6 months. Okay. I often, when possible, like to design an album with a horizontal and a vertical. I just like the design flow. So you'll see I'm going to have both like this. Now, one thing I might do before I print this, I might consider making this color. So this whole panel is color. Or I'll consider making the large image from colored to black and white. That's something I'll consider at the end. Now, Lily has turned 1, and we are beginning her 1-year shoot. Again, with this similar design style, I am going to keep this left panel open, and I'm going to try to zoom a bit and bring her a little left since this will cut right over here. Really precious. Okay, so I think I want to showcase this one. And here we go. I'm going to keep these nice and large. And then I will close with a double page spread. This is such a beautiful expression. She was an angel to photograph, as you can see, nothing but smiles. And here is a 13 spread, which is 26 pages. Here's the album. I mean, it looks simple. It is simple. Through the year, as we collect images, we just tell the story as it unfolded throughout the year. So I am going to save this, and I want to show you how easy cloud proofing is. Now, I want my clients to be able to look at my design and approve it before it goes to print. So I'm going to add her name, the mom's name, and instead of her email, I'll add my email as a test. And I want to show you how fast it is to proof this. When I add my personal message for my clients, I will say, dear client, I'm excited to share this beautiful album of your daughter's first year with you. Kindly review it and let me know any thoughts on design or feedback on editing. Included in the design is 1 round of changes. Should you desire additional rounds, it's $95 per round of changes. So that will be my standard message. So we're going to finish upload. And you'll see in just a second, this was under a minute, this is going to be published and it's going to be sent to my client. So here we go. Look how beautiful. I'm going to make this large so you can see. So now your client, imagine this is your daughter, and you receive this album. We'll scroll through the pages. You'll see in the bottom right, it's spread 5 of 13, which is 26 pages. And this is the very last few pages. Great. Okay. So now I want to also show you how I export and edit the spreads. So I'm going to export for print. But I only want, I'm going to export them all. So let's see. I am going to create a Lily folder. That way we can export right there. And I'm going to show you how fast it is to export 13 spreads. Once I export the 13 spreads, I'm going to open up 3 of the spreads and add her name and whether it's a newborn 6-month or the 1-year segment of the shoot. I think this little touch just adds a bit more beauty to the design. So now we're halfway through. Okay, where is Lily? Here's Miss Lily. So we want to open 1. We want to open 7. And we want to open spread 10. Great. So export's complete. Great. Awesome. So now I'm going to go into my folder where I save okay. Let's see, where did I put that? Where is Miss Lily? Okay, album designs, and here's our template folder. Okay, good. So I'm going to open the 3 templates that I previously designed for another client, and I'm going to drag and drop the design. So I probably only, I don't need this one. I'm going to drag and drop the 6-month. And I'm going to open the 6-month spread. And I'm going to drag and drop onto Lily's. And I'm going to update. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put An L for Lily. And this is her 6-month session. Great. And I'm going to center this. I'm going to save it. I'm going to flatten it. Great. And now we'll go to our 1-year album. And we're going to select and drag and drop. Great. Pretty simple, guys. I like a bit of customization. I think it really adds a nice touch. Okay, so let me just take this off, and we are going to flatten this spread, and then we are going to flatten the 1-year spread. Awesome. So let's close Photoshop, and I want to show you how I now update the spread. So now that I've flattened and changed 3 spreads, I am going to go into my original folder, and I want to drag and drop these new spreads into Smart Albums. So I can show you just how easy it is in case you want to show your clients a very finished album. So here we go. So I'm dragging and dropping. And just very simply, we'll start at the front and we'll see her newborn session, her 6-month session, and 1 year. Done. Okay. So we're going to save and we're going to close. And now we are going to order our album. And I want you to see just how easy this is. So we log into Album Epica and we go into the reserved area. Click New Order. And as we load, we are going to name our order. I usually like to just name it. You don't necessarily need to add newborn or baby plan, because at some point Album Epica will prompt you to save the information. Okay, so we are ready to print because we've designed it ourselves. Sorry, let me close out of that. And now we're going to order a 13 spread album. So you want to enter the number of files you have and hit save and proceed. We are ordering a square 10 by 10 album, and we do not need color correction because we've already edited everything. We want a 10 by 10 and the paper type is matte. I prefer matte. I like a very timeless look that I will love in 10 and 20 years just as much as I love today. So I tend to order things that are very classic. And now we are configuring. So I had mentioned when we first spoke that we are ordering a Genova traditional album. So I know I go into our traditional category and we look through this collection and we're going to select the Genova album model. All the albums here are listed alphabetically. Great, so we are in Genova. I know that I need 6, and here it is in silver. We have 3 options for album packaging: a standard beautiful wedding box, a customized wedding box where you can add a photo cover, or a case bag. I have just fallen in love with the case bag and have pretty much always ordered it. With this album, I will have silver gilding, and we'll add a photographer plate. Save and proceed. Next, we are going to configure the cover. So we need to upload a file. So I know that one of Lauren's favorite images from her daughter's session was this adorable newborn shot. So okay, perfect. And we want to drag and drop and make sure you see now release, this green box. It'll quickly upload, and now you'll have the ability to save and proceed and test to see how this fits. Okay, great. Now, when you place this, you want your most important information to be within the red box, and you can't see any yellow. Otherwise, the order will get kicked back. So I might zoom in a little bit. Save and proceed. Next, we are going to upload our spreads. And this is where it's very, very easy. So we okay, so now we can pick which accessories we'd like with this album. For this order, I don't have any accessories, but they have adorable mini books that are really popular, and family books, which are a copy of the album. I am going to drag and drop all of the images. Hold on just a second, and let's get to Lily. Here we are, Lily. Okay, so I don't want the old spreads. I just want these. And now we are uploading. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I know that all of the files, the final files, will be uploaded. And the nice thing about this is once it's done, I could submit my order. And within 24 hours, Album Epica will send me a PDF proof where I have one more chance to review and approve this. And the nice thing is that this is checking me. If some reason I've ordered 3 albums in one day and one of the spreads didn't upload, I have a chance to just double check and make sure everything is perfect before we order this from Italy. Now it says it's going to take about 7 to 9 minutes to upload. Now it's going down to 2 minutes. It is super quick. So this was my quick little tutorial on how easy it was to order an album. The design process is seamless. I like this structure. It would work well for any family or maternity session. And of course, I naturally do things a little differently for weddings, but this was a great demonstration on how important it is to design a beautiful album for your clients to cherish as their children grow, and they can document their lives and relive all of the memories over and over again. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to demonstrating a maternity album design next.